This is Wyatt Williams here with another socially distanced coaches show with Coach Grants, head basketball coach of Jeffersonville High School. How are you today, sir?
Doing good. How about you?
Absolutely. I'm great, and we're here to talk about some RDBA, of course, Red Devil Basketball Association. As you see the new logos up here behind us, they look awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to kind of just explain the logos for a second, sure.
Yeah, Matt Zelli offered to do those for us. He's the one that designed the new logos here at Jeff, so he did that for us. So yeah, we were really excited about this. Basically, we wanted to brand our youth programs that we're going to have going forward and all encompassing with what we're doing with our youth programs. So to have him do that for us was greatly appreciated. And this way, our community can know if something's being offered in the Jeffersonville community. If it's a part of the Red Devils Basketball Association, it's coming from the Jeff High boys basketball program. So just that branding for us is going to help out a ton for that recognition within our community.
Absolutely. So what are some of your goals here with the RDBA?
Yeah, absolutely. So number one goal with what we want to start doing here with our Red Devils Basketball Association is build relationships with our future Red Devils. So we're going to try to start as young as we can, but build it up over time. But the relationship building is our number one goal. Our second goal is to make sure that we're preparing our future Red Devils for what it takes to compete at the high school level. We're providing them with those skills that they need to be successful once they get here to the high school level, but hopefully that can carry forward even beyond the high school level. But just to provide that foundation at a younger age that they're getting from their high school program. And then, you know, the last thing that we wanted to do was just offer year-round opportunities. So we'll get into it in a little bit, but we'll have a whole year-round calendar where our youth in our Jeffersonville community will have those opportunities to come in here, improve their game, build relationships, and just really start to feel more a part of the Jeff High boys basketball program at a younger age.
Absolutely. So you mentioned opportunities. What are some of the opportunities that will be available for the kids joining the program whenever this begins?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have a yearly calendar. Basically, I'll give a quick rundown of what that would look like. But in the summer, in June, we'll have our normal basketball summer camps that high schools have been doing for years, and that'll be for our 3rd through 8th graders. In the late summer, in August, we're going to have a mini clinic series, and we'll get into that in just a second what that is. But that'll be for our 3rd through 8th graders. And then in the fall, from really mid to late December mid to late September, up to December, we're going to create some teams within our feeder program from 6th through 8th graders, and hopefully 2 or 3 teams per age group, and take with our Jeff High basketball coaches and coach those teams up throughout the week and take them and play in some local leagues to get to know those kids early on. And then we'll add age groups as we go with that. And again, we'll get a little more into detail with that later. But that'll get us through the winter, and then we come into the spring, and we're going to offer some more mini clinics for our 3rd through 8th graders. And then during the winter time, we want to come alongside our elementary and our middle schools as well, and be very involved with those and be at practices and visit games and really reach out to those kids as well. So really what we're trying to do is every single season, through the summer, the fall, the winter, and the spring, we have opportunities for kids that even if they're in other sports in another season, they still are not feeling like they're missing out on any opportunity to come and get to know the Jeff High basketball coaches, to feel a part of the community, and again, build those relationships that are so important to us.
Yeah, so when does the whole RDBA, when does the whole thing begin?
Yeah, so actually starting today's the 3rd, May 4th, starting tomorrow night, we're going to have our first mini clinic session. So basically with the mini clinics, it's going to be the first 3 Tuesdays and Thursdays in the month of May. And people can go online and find information out about this at our Jeff High boys basketball page on Facebook. But basically what it's going to be is each session is going to be its own topic that's covered. So like tomorrow night, May 4th, will be a shooting session, and we'll cover that. And then Thursday night we'll cover ball handling. So each one will have its specific skill that we're working on. And then the last one we'll finish with some games and a pizza party and make it fun for the kids that are being a part of that. So that's kind of our kickoff. It's kind of last minute with everything with COVID that's been going on. So we wanted to have something just to start it in the spring. Really the fall will be our big start to everything. But just to have that right now. And then in the summer, we're still going to do our camp. That's going to be June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's going to be that first Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of summer break. Our 3rd through 5th graders can come in from 9 to 12 for camp, and then our 6th through 8th graders can come in from 1 to 4 for camp during those days.
Yeah, so how do families in the community get information on the RDBA?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically what we're going to be doing is any flyers, any events that we have coming up, they are all going to be sent out through our elementary and our middle schools. I've been in communication with all the parties involved in that, and they've been great with getting back to me and letting me know that they're sending some stuff out to all the parents through final forms and getting that information out. So that's going to be number one, is that we're going to send everything out through the schools. The second thing, like I said, that parents can get on Facebook and look up Jeffersonville High School Boys Basketball, and they can find our page on there and find information on that. They can also go to Instagram at Jeff Red Devils Hoops, and they can go to Twitter at Devils Jeff. And so they can look at any one of those things, and then also making sure that they're checking their emails through their school, and we'll have the information going out through all those different avenues.
Yeah, so if you could just kind of dive deeper into the opportunities that are provided, just say we'll start with the spring and the fall mini clinics.
Yeah.
If you could just kind of dive deep into what goes on with
Yeah, absolutely. So we wanted to offer all of our future Red Devils from 3rd through 8th grade opportunities to come in and work on specific skills. I know a lot of our players right now are playing AAU, and a lot of, especially by the time they get to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, a lot of them have travel teams that they're a part of and that they're playing with already. So we really wanted to offer those opportunities for them to be able to come in and work on specific skills. Those in the fall, we don't know specific dates yet, but here in the spring, what we're doing is 6 sessions. Each session is its own specific skill that we're working on. And then usually the last one's kind of a fun, like we said, pizza party, play some games, make it fun for the kids, finish on a high note as we go into the next season that it is. What I'm looking forward to doing in the summer is also bringing in outside speakers to come in and present on some of these topics, so that way that the kids are learning from different things than just what we have to offer. But the main thing with that is that our Jeff High coaches and coaching staff is going to be the ones running these mini clinics for the most part. So the players starting from 3rd grade really can come in and start building on those skills that the Jeff High coaches here will want to see them have whenever they get to high school here. So it's a great opportunity for our youth to really feel a part of the Jeff High program early on.
Yeah, so how will the teams operate throughout the league?
Yeah, so the league that we're going to be doing, that's going to start, what we'll do is we'll have tryouts for the league. And again, we want to have as many kids try out as we possibly can. I'd love to be able to have multiple teams if we're fortunate enough to have that many kids try out. But basically what we're going to do is we'll have tryouts. We'll divide the teams out. It'll be more developmental in our mindset. It's going to be 6th grade teams, 7th grade teams, 8th grade teams. Our coaching staff here at Jeff, some of our coaches will be coaching these teams. So they're going to be learning our system. They're going to be running the things that we're running here at Jeff High. We'll practice 2 days a week. And in those 2 days a week practices, we'll be implementing that system. And then our Jeff coaches for some of the teams, and hopefully we have enough, or we'll have to bring in some other coaches too. But we'll take those teams that are learning our system and we're implementing our system and take them and play in some local leagues here in the fall. And then that way we can play other competition and play against other schools. But they're doing it while they're learning right from the coaching staff here at the high school. So we'll have some more information as we get back into school in the fall of exact dates and what we're going to do with that. But we'll have probably a parent meeting, and hopefully everything by COVID's done then, we can get everybody together, but a parent meeting of basically like what the cost might be for it, what the league's going to look like, just the expectations of everything going forward, how tryouts are going to work. Be very upfront and very transparent with that right from the beginning. But we'll have some more information. But I'm really excited about that because that's just an opportunity, again, for our future Red Devils to be able to already be coached by the Jeff High staff, 3-4 years in advance before they even get to high school here. Our goal, and what I really want to do with this, is make sure that we start it and do it right and build upon it. So right now what we're offering is 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders, and we'll offer those teams. We want to make sure, as this is something new, that we do it right, we work out any kinks that we may have, and as we go along, that we build and we progress. So we want to add a 5th grade team a year down the road, and then another year add a 4th grade team, and another year a 3rd grade team. But what I don't want to do is come in right away, add a lot of teams, be throwing a lot of pieces together, and it not be done right. And so we're looking at this as a long-term investment. we're looking at this to create that stability that we want in this program. So we want to make sure that we do it on a smaller scale starting off, but we do it right and build it the right way.
Just building a strong foundation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so my final question here before we close this one off, my final question for you. If there were any kids out there that maybe were on the fence of wanting to join the program, maybe not, they're in the 3rd grade through 5th grade area, you know, and, you know, still at a young age to where they can get involved in this program, what would be something you would tell them to get them over the hump and get them wanting to be a part of the program?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing I would tell them is, you know, just give us a shot, especially with the mini clinics. If they're younger, really with the mini clinics and summer camp. What we really want to do is we want to teach the skills that our players need, and that's very, very important. But at the same time, when we're talking 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, especially in our elementary, we really want to build the excitement and the fun. You know, basketball is a fun game that we all get to play, and it's something that we all put a lot of time into. And if we're not getting that enjoyment out of it, then it's a waste of time. So what we want to try to do with everything that we're doing here, whether it's the mini clinics, the summer camps, going into the league games, whatever it might be, we really want to just have those players come in, give it a shot, and I think they'll find that we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a very encouraging environment where we're going to build each other up. Our motto this past year going into the postseason for our program was "We over me," and that's not just the motto for the high school program. That is the motto for our entire program. That is for the Jeff Red Devils Basketball Association. Everything that we do is going to be we over me, which means that we're going to make it about the kids. We're going to have fun with the kids. We're going to teach them the skills and things that they need, but we want them to find that enjoyment in the game of basketball, and that's why we want to offer so many, you know, year-round opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck with the Jeff RDBA.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And this has been another edition of the Coaches Show here on a socially distanced production for WJHI.